It grows deep in the jungles of Southeast Asia, hidden from the world. At first glance, it looks alien, spiky, slimy, or shaped like nothing you've ever seen. One even looks like a weapon from a video game. And some fruits smell so strong, they're banned in public spaces. Yet one is crowned the king of fruits. Others are so sour, they'll make your whole face pucker. But locals swear by their flavors, their healing powers, and their place in centuries-old traditions. These aren't just fruits, they're cultural icons, survival foods, and in some cases natural medicine. Join us as we uncover Southeast Asia's most bizarre fruits you've never heard of. And trust me, what's inside them will shock you. Kouy Fruit, a sour-sweet treasure of the canopy. Deep in the tangled jungles of Cambodia lies a fruit so rare, it's been a secret treasure for generations. Yet almost no one outside these forests even knows it exists. This isn't a fruit you'll find in markets or on farms. It grows wild, hidden high, in the canopy, and getting to it is anything but easy. This is kouy, a wild, mysterious fruit known only to the local foragers who have harvested it for centuries. To find it, we trek deep into Cambodia's dense forests, where our guide, a seasoned forager, calls it the jungle fruit, a gift that appears for only a few short months each year. He tells us finding it takes patience, skill, and a sharp eye, as its golden orbs are camouflaged among the thick leaves. After hours of weaving through vines and towering trees, our guide suddenly points skyward. There, high above us, clusters of glowing yellow-orange spheres hang like hidden jewels. Up close, the fruit's skin is smooth yet firm, and as he slices the stem, a milky white latex oozes out, a sticky sap once used by locals as natural glue. He cracks one open, revealing a vibrant, golden yellow pulp surrounding large seeds. The aroma is earthy and slightly sweet. The taste is electric, a sharp citrusy tang that wakes every corner of my mouth, followed by a delicate honeyed sweetness that lingers. To local communities, it's a plant of many uses. That sticky latex was used to craft rudimentary rubber, and in traditional medicine, it's said to help with everything from stomach ailments to liver problems. It's not just a fruit, it's a lifeline, a tradition, and a living reminder of how deeply people in the jungle are connected. Wood apple, a hard shell with bold flavor inside. It's a fruit that looks like a stone cannonball hanging from gnarled branches, and cracking it open is no small task. This is the wood apple, or Limonia acidissima, one of Southeast Asia's most rugged and unusual fruits, known as flay cavet in Cambodia and vel in India. Its outer shell is rock-hard, so tough that locals smash it open with a hammer or against a stone. Inside lies a sticky, dark brown pulp that gives off a pungent, fermented aroma, an earthy mix of raisins, tamarind, and overripe bananas. For first-timers, the smell can be overwhelming, but for locals, it signals a seasonal treat packed with nutrients. The flavor is sharp and tangy, with sweet-sour notes that hit the tongue like a punch of molasses and date chutney. In rural markets, vendors mix the pulp with jaggery, chili, and coconut water to create a refreshing drink perfect for the dry season. In Sri Lanka and India, it's often turned into spicy chutneys and cooling summer sherbets, while in Cambodia, children scoop the pulp out with spoons for a quick snack. Beyond its bold flavor, the wood apple is steeped in traditional medicine, where it's valued for aiding digestion, boosting energy, and fighting infections. Every part of the tree is used, the leaves for treating wounds, the bark in herbal tonics, and even the shells as bowls or containers. The wood apple is a contradiction, stone on the outside, life-giving within. In the villages where it grows, it's more than food, it's medicine, tradition, and a powerful reminder that the hardest challenges often hide the sweetest rewards. Ice apple, tropical summer fuel. Hidden in the sweltering heat of South and Southeast Asia is a fruit so strange and refreshing. It feels like nature's answer to summer. This is the ice apple, also known as nungu in India and tal in Sri Lanka, a translucent, jelly-like fruit that looks like it was plucked from a fantasy world. Harvested from the Palmyra palm, ice apple is often called the natural energy drink because of its hydrating, cooling properties. At first glance, it resembles a cluster of smooth, milky white orbs tucked inside a dark outer husk, But when you peel away the tough skin, you're left holding a delicate, water-filled cushion that glistens in the sunlight. The taste is subtle yet satisfying, a mix of coconut water, lychee, and a hint of sweet sugarcane, with a texture so soft it almost melts on your tongue. In villages across India and Sri Lanka, it's eaten raw or drizzled with honey and chilled in clay pots to create the ultimate summer snack. Beyond its refreshing qualities, ice apple is packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and is prized in traditional medicine for cooling the body, aiding digestion, and even soothing skin irritations. But there's something magical about the way it appears. Harvested only in the hottest months, it's a fleeting seasonal treasure that locals rush to enjoy before it disappears. For travelers, the experience of biting into its cool jelly-like flesh on a scorching day feels almost otherworldly. Santol, the sweet-sour cotton fruit. What if I told you there's a fruit that looks like fluffy cotton, tastes like a peach-lemon hybrid, and somehow ends up as the star ingredient in a spicy pork stew? Meet the Santol, also called cotton fruit, one of Southeast Asia's most bizarre and underrated tropical fruits hiding in plain sight. At first glance, it seems harmless, like a fuzzy golden apple you might mistake for decoration. But crack it open, and you're met with a strange surprise. Brilliant white pulp that clings to massive seeds and feels eerily like raw cotton. But here's where it gets wild. The taste is a flavor roller coaster, starting with a sharp citrus tang that melts into a delicate peachy sweetness, all packed into a juicy yet fibrous texture. Locals snack on it raw, dipping it in chili salt for an intense kick, but the real shocker comes when the thick, bitter rind, often tossed away, is transformed into sinantolan, a rich, savory stew where it's grated and cooked down with coconut milk, fiery chilies, and tender pork. The result? A creamy, spicy, slightly sour dish that foodies call a game-changer, balancing tangy fruitiness with decadent flavors. It's hard to believe one fruit can be both a refreshing snack and a comfort food masterpiece, but the Santol's split personality doesn't end there. Locals also say it's packed with detoxifying powers and has ties to ancient folklore, believed to be a gift from the gods. So would you dare to try this sweet and savory chameleon of the tropics? Or is the cotton fruit just too weird for your bucket list? Rose apple, the exotic flower fruit. The rose apple is one of Southeast Asia's most bizarre tropical fruits, with a glossy, bell-shaped body that looks like it was polished by hand. Hanging in clusters like ruby lanterns or pale green teardrops, it's often mistaken for a decorative plant, but its crisp, airy flesh hides a flavor so unique it feels like sipping rose-infused spring water. Despite its name, the rose apple isn't related to apples or roses. It belongs to the myrtle family, making it a true botanical oddity. Locals describe its taste as subtle and floral, with a fleeting sweetness that vanishes almost instantly, leaving only a cool, refreshing sensation perfect for the tropical heat. Across Thailand, Malaysia, and the Philippines, the rose apple is eaten fresh as a thirst quencher, but its delicate flavor is also transformed into pickles, spicy salads, candied snacks, and even traditional remedies believed to cool fevers and detoxify the body. In many cultures, it carries symbolic meaning, representing love, prosperity, and abundance, and is often used in festivals and sacred rituals. Its combination of beauty, rarity, and cultural significance has made it a fascination for adventurous foodies and chefs searching for the world's most unusual edible experiences. From its mirror-like skin to its light, fragrant crunch, the rose apple isn't just a fruit, it's a sensory journey through Southeast Asia's rich biodiversity, offering a taste so delicate and fleeting it feels like nature's secret gift. Bilimbi, the tropical sour bomb. Native to the Maluku Islands of Indonesia, the bilimbi is a piece of living history. It looks like a miniature cucumber, but one bite unleashes a tidal wave of sour that will leave your face doing things you didn't know it could do. Unlike apples or oranges, bilimbi fruits burst directly from the trunk and main branches in thick clusters. But the real shock is the taste. One bite is all it takes, an all-encompassing, mouth-puckering, eye-watering blast of acid that makes a lime seem like a sweet dessert. By itself, it's almost too intense to eat raw, and that problem is actually its greatest strength. That intense acidity is the secret weapon in countless dishes across the region. In the Philippines, it's essential for the sour soup called sinigang. In Malaysian kitchens, it cuts through rich fish and prawn curries. But that sourness can also be completely transformed. Oiled with sugar, it becomes a sweet and sour jam. It's pickled into spicy relishes, and its juice is mixed with sugar and water to make a refreshing drink, much like lemonade. In Indonesia, it's even sun-dried into a savory seasoning called asam santi. The fruit is loaded with oxalic acid, the same compound found in many commercial cleaning products. For centuries, its juice has been used as a natural stain remover for clothing. In traditional medicine, infusions of its flowers and leaves treat coughs and fevers, while a leaf paste soothes muscle pain. Modern science is starting to back this up, showing it's packed with vitamin C and has anti-inflammatory properties. But consuming too much raw bilimbi can cause kidney problems due to the oxalic acid. Tamarind, wild jungle candy. Now we introduce you to a fruit that looks like a twisted dry bean pod but hides a sticky dark brown pulp with a flavor so intense it's been called nature's sour candy. This is tamarind, one of Southeast Asia's most bizarre and addictive tropical fruits. Crack open its brittle shell and discover the strange, tangy pulp wrapped tightly around hard seeds, a texture so sticky it clings to your fingers. The taste? A wild explosion of sweet, sour, and tangy notes that hits your tongue like a punch of lemony molasses, sharp yet addictive. Across Thailand, it transforms into sweet and sour sauces, so mouth-watering they've become street food staples. In India, it's the heart of tamarind chutneys and spicy curries, while in the Philippines, it stars in sinigang, a refreshing sour soup that balances rich meats and seafood with its signature tang. But tamarind isn't just a culinary legend, it's also a traditional medicine powerhouse, used as a natural laxative fever remedy, and even a skin cleanser. In rural villages, kids eat it raw, dipping the sticky pulp in chili salt for a spicy sour kick that's equal parts painful and addictive. Despite its odd wrinkled appearance, tamarind has spread far beyond Asia, conquering kitchens worldwide and becoming one of the region's most exported fruits. More than just a sour snack, tamarind bridges cultures, cures ailments, and shapes cuisines, earning its place as one of the most remarkable fruits in the tropics. Starfruit, the juicy star of Asia. This might be one of the most stunning fruits on Earth, a star-shaped jewel from Southeast Asia, celebrated for its beauty and believed to bring good luck. But hidden behind its glossy skin is a dangerous secret, a powerful neurotoxin that can be deadly for some people. Meet the starfruit, a beloved cultural icon with a risk most people never see coming. The starfruit, or Avaroa carambola, has been cherished for centuries. Its five-pointed shape is seen as a symbol of good fortune, often shared during festivals to spread luck and prosperity. In Vietnam, there's even a legendary folktale where a magical phoenix rewards a kind man for protecting his starfruit tree, guiding him to an island overflowing with gold. Slice into a starfruit, and you're greeted by perfect, cartoon-like stars, making it one of the most photogenic fruits on the planet. Every part is edible, from its shiny, waxy skin to its juicy, translucent flesh. The taste is an irresistible mix of crisp apple, sweet grape, and a splash of citrusy tang, making it a tropical powerhouse. In Southeast Asia, it's eaten fresh, juiced, stewed, and even cooked into savory curries and jams. But beneath its versatility lies a dark secret. The starfruit contains oxalic acid and a compound called karamboxan. In healthy people, the kidneys easily filter these toxins out. But in anyone with kidney disease, the toxins can build up in the blood and attack the nervous system. The symptoms are shocking: hiccups, vomiting, confusion, seizures, and in severe cases, even death. Noni, the fruit of 1,000 cures. It's the noni, a bumpy pale green oddity nicknamed the vomit fruit for its strong cheesy smell. But don't scroll away yet, because this strange tropical fruit has a story that's as shocking as its scent. Found across Indonesia, Thailand, and the Pacific Islands, the noni fruit has been used for centuries in traditional medicine, believed to boost immunity, fight inflammation, and even extend life. At first glance, it looks like an overripe mulberry or a weird alien egg, but crack one open and you'll find a soft, translucent pulp that smells like a mix of blue cheese, overripe pineapple, and feet. And yet, locals turn it into potent health tonics, juices, and herbal remedies that are said to cleanse the body and sharpen the mind. Travelers daring enough to try it raw often describe the flavor as bitter, sour, and strangely addictive, like an acquired taste that hits your senses in waves. The Noni juice craze has even gone global, marketed as a superfood elixir packed with antioxidants and touted by some as a cure-all. But here's the wild paradox. While many swear by its healing powers, others can't get past the pungent aroma and call it one of the world's most disgusting fruits. The Noni is proof that beauty isn't everything in nature. Sometimes, it's the ugliest, smelliest fruits that hold the most surprising secrets. Tamarillo, the juicy tree tomato. This looks like a tomato, but it grows on a tree. It's found in Southeast Asia, but its story begins in the Andes. This fruit has an identity crisis, confusing botanists and chefs with a flavor that's hard to pin down. Our search brings us to Malaysia's Cameron Highlands. In a local market, we find an egg-shaped, glossy fruit you'd mistake for a tomato, but the sign calls it tirong belanda, or Dutch eggplant. It's not a vegetable at all. It grows on a tree and is a cousin to the tomato and eggplant. Finding it feels like discovering a well-kept secret. Its skin is smooth and tough, and you definitely don't eat it. It's bitter. The real mystery is inside. Slicing it open reveals a vibrant pulp and dark, edible seeds. The flavor is a surprise, a mix of sweet tomato and tangy passion fruit, with a citrusy bite and a savory undertone. The red varieties are more tart. It's a flavor that doesn't make sense until you learn its history. The Tamarillo's biggest secret is its journey. It's not from Asia, its home is the Andes Mountains, where it was prized by the Incas. In the 1800s, seeds were brought to New Zealand, where it was called the tree tomato. But for the export market, it needed a better name. In 1967, it was rebranded Tamarillo. This marketing move helped it find a new home in places like Malaysia. Because it's tart, it's often blended into spicy chutneys and sauces, or simply eaten with a sprinkle of sugar. It can be tossed in salads, juiced, or stewed as a savory topping for meat. Marang, the sweet jungle surprise. It looks like a spiky green alien egg, but crack it open, and an aroma so sweet and creamy fills the air. It feels like nature just invented dessert. This is the marang, one of Southeast Asia's most bizarre and addictive tropical fruits, found in the humid lowlands of the Philippines and Borneo. Its outer skin is covered in soft, flexible spikes that seem almost alive when you touch them, but the real magic is hidden inside. Peel it back to reveal rows of fluffy cloud-like pods that resemble tiny marshmallows clinging to a core, their pearly sheen catching the light like gems. The smell alone is enough to make mouths water, a mix of vanilla custard, ripe banana and sweet jackfruit so intense it perfumes the entire room. The taste is pure heaven, with each pod melting in the mouth in a creamy, buttery texture and a flavor so delicate it makes durian feel aggressive in comparison. Locals say the secret to enjoying marang is eating it fast. The fruit starts to lose its freshness within minutes of being opened, making it a fleeting but unforgettable treat. In rural markets, marang is often devoured on the spot, its discarded shells piling up like trophies of indulgence. Travelers describe the experience as otherworldly, with some even calling it the ice cream fruit for its luscious, velvety sweetness. The marang isn't just a fruit, it's a rare tropical delicacy that proves some of nature's weirdest creations are also its most irresistible. Lotus fruit, ancient treasure of Asia. Hidden among the calm waters of Southeast Asia's ponds lies a fruit that looks more like an alien artifact than something you'd eat. This is the lotus fruit, a strange cone-shaped pod dotted with perfectly arranged green seeds that almost seem too symmetrical to be natural. When the lotus flower blooms and dies back, it leaves behind this bizarre seed head, and what's inside might surprise you. Pop out one of the seeds and peel away its thin green skin to reveal a creamy, ivory-colored kernel with a taste that's shockingly mild, slightly sweet, slightly nutty, almost like a cross between a fresh pea and a chestnut. Eaten raw, the seeds are refreshing and crunchy, but in many parts of Asia, they're boiled, roasted, or even turned into sweet lotus paste for desserts like mooncakes and sticky rice dumplings. Packed with antioxidants and believed to calm the mind and nourish the body, lotus seeds have been a staple in traditional medicine for centuries, celebrated as a symbol of purity and rebirth in cultures across China, India, and Vietnam. Yet its odd, alien-like pod often creeps out travelers seeing it for the first time. Some even call it nature's showerhead because of its strange holes. But looks can be deceiving. This ancient fruit has fed generations, inspired religions, and continues to transform into everything from crunchy snacks to luxurious desserts. The lotus fruit isn't just edible, it's a testament to how Southeast Asia turns the most unexpected plants into culinary and cultural treasures. Indian coffee plum, a tiny fruit with big flavor. It's a mysterious berry with a sour kick, called the Indian coffee plum, also known as Flacotia jangamas. Younger trees are covered in intimidating woody thorns, as if the tree is guarding its treasure. Its bark peels in flakes of copper red, adding to its wild character. This tree likely originated in tropical Asia, but now grows across the continent, especially in lush rainforests. The fruits grow in tight clusters and ripen from a delicate pink to a deep, dark red. They're small, only about an inch wide, with a taut, thin skin. Slice one open, and you'll find a beautiful greenish-yellow pulp, totally unexpected. The flesh is super juicy, wrapped around a few tiny seeds. Time to see what it's all about. That is definitely sour, a bright, sharp tang that hits right away. If you rub the fruit between your palms, it tones down the bitterness. This fruit isn't just eaten raw. Its sourness makes it a powerhouse in local kitchens. In southern Malaysia, it's turned into a spicy pickle called levika achar. The young leaves are edible too, with their own tart bite. In traditional medicine, this plant is a star, used to treat everything from diarrhea and bronchitis to toothaches. But here's the complex part. Despite its versatility, the Indian coffee plum is a massively underutilized crop. While it's cherished in its native regions, in places like Queensland, Australia, it has become an invasive environmental weed. And as forests shrink in its native range, the plant is becoming increasingly rare. Salak, the wild snake fruit flavor. When I first saw it, this looked like a reptile egg. The skin is reddish-brown, scaly, and feels almost exactly like a snake. They call it salak, or snake fruit, and it's said to taste like an unbelievable mix of apple, banana, and pineapple. To really understand it, you have to go to the source. Here in a bustling Javan market, salak is everywhere. It's a beloved snack across Southeast Asia, with over 30 known varieties. To open it, you just pinch the tip, and the scaly skin peels right off. Inside are 3 lobes that look like giant garlic cloves. The first bite delivers an incredible crunch, and the taste is an explosion of flavors: crisp apple, sweet banana, and a tangy pineapple finish. It's complex and surprisingly delicious. But to really appreciate salak, you have to see where it grows. Unlike coconuts, it doesn't hang from tall palms. Instead, it grows in dense, spiky clusters, right at the base of the trunk, making harvesting a challenge. For local farmers, salak is more than just a crop. It's a cornerstone of their economy and a symbol of the region's agricultural heritage. Salak also holds cultural significance in Indonesia, often used in religious ceremonies as a symbol of good fortune. Beyond being eaten fresh, it's candied, pickled, or tossed into a spicy fruit salad called rujak salak. It's also packed with potassium and fiber, earning it the nickname memory fruit for its brain-boosting reputation. Makrut Lime, wild citrus with a kick. In the dense, humid jungles of Southeast Asia grows a fruit that looks as rugged as it smells divine. This is the Makrut Lime, an odd, knobby citrus with an aroma so powerful it fills entire kitchens with its sharp, floral fragrance. Unlike ordinary limes, it's not the juice people prize. It's the deep green leaves, shaped like tiny butterfly wings, that chefs across Thailand, Cambodia, and Indonesia use to create legendary flavors. These leaves are the secret behind the fragrant tom yum soup, rich curries, and sizzling stir-fries that explode with zesty, citrusy brightness. The bumpy rind is equally treasured, packed with aromatic oils so potent it's used in spice pastes, herbal shampoos, and even insect repellents. But here's the twist: the juice of the Makrut Lime is too bitter and sour to drink raw, making it one of the rare citrus fruits valued more for its skin and leaves than its flesh. In traditional medicine, this humble fruit has been used for centuries to purify the blood, relieve stress, and even ward off evil spirits. Vendors in bustling markets slice it open, releasing a cloud of tangy perfume that lingers in the air and draws curious travelers in. They often describe their first encounter with Makrut Lime as unforgettable: the piercing scent, the textured pebbled skin, and the way it seems to transform even the simplest dishes into exotic masterpieces. It's not just a fruit, it's living proof of how Southeast Asia turns even the strangest plants into culinary and cultural treasures.